Ranked second overall heading into World Cup, Tampa Bay Damage is, without a doubt, one of the best teams in the world. They've proved this year after year with their mix of aggressive weapons integrated into conservative game plans. They're one of the hardest teams to defeat in the PSP and one of the big favorites to win the world title, which they first won in 2011. They use tactics that work and confuse teams with their mix of styles. Ryan Smith and Chad Boucher are two of the most respected front players in paintball. They also have two of the best support players in the game in Jason Edwards and Rainey Stanzik, who are both very versatile and amazing gunfighters. Dan Holiday and Timmy Probst are longtime members and highly ranked veterans, and Ramzi Al-Yusuf has played great for them this season as well. Damage won the last event, and their roster is exactly the same, which is bad news for the rest of the league. Edmonton Impact is getting closer to their goal of winning tournaments, finishing second to Damage in Riverside just 2 months ago. The team brought in stars Justin Rabikoff, Dave Baines, and Greg Sewers this year to revamp an already strong roster. They've been consistently solid all season long, with great performances by Tim Montrosser, Ryan Moorhead, and Justin Cornell, as well as the Yakmek brothers and the recent imports. Impact is the most aggressive team in the top 5 by far, and they are always entertaining to watch. With all the weapons at their disposal, look for them to bring a full field attack. Impact has a very real chance of winning the World Cup, with no holes in their lineup and a strong will to win that has only been heightened by the loss to Damage in the finals at the last event. Impact is one of the most professional teams in the world, and many insiders believe that they will finally fulfill their promise and win the World Cup.
Hey guys, I'm standing down here with Chad Boucher of Damage. You guys had quite the upset before against Aftershock. Going into this, you guys had a huddle, you talked. What do you need to change to make sure you get this win? It's really important for you.
We just got to play as a team. Right now we're struggling getting out wide. They shot us up pretty good the last match, so we just got to make it to our spots alive, work together as a team, which we haven't been doing, and just play Damage paintball. If we just play basic paintball against them and hopefully win our gunfights and shoot them going wide and take the win. We beat them last event, so there's no reason we can't do it again.
Is team morale still high, or how are you guys feeling going into this?
Yeah, morale's it's always still high. Every match we go into, yeah, it sucks getting defeated, but there's been plenty of events we shouldn't have made it through, and we do, and we came out and won the tournament. So, if we come out and we smash Impact right now 7-0, we still go through tomorrow, and it's a whole new tournament, so we'll see.
Okay, we will see Impact versus Damage. It'll be a good one.
Well, yeah, you know what? I like hearing a lot from Chad at this event. We've seen him get interviewed a couple times, and just straight business, man. He's definitely speaking truth. That is true. Damage has definitely been on the bubble sometimes, made it through, won the event. So if they do come out and smash through Impact, which stranger things have happened. However, with the way that Damage has been playing, the way that Impact has been playing, that sounds like a tall order to me. I don't know if Damage has that in them right now. We'll see. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but Impact is 3-0 for a reason. Impact is looking real solid right now. Here we go on the breakout. Let's see if these teams can keep 5 players alive. Doubling up the stand-up can on the D side of the field is Impact, and it looks like Jason Edwards dying early on here off the break for Tampa Bay Damage.
You had mentioned about, being 3-0. Does that make you lackadaisical? Maybe. I have been that way. I've got out there, we're 3-0, we're already in, blah, blah, blah.
Hey,
but
Dan, I don't mean to cut you off, but Chris, for real, do you think that Impact wants Tampa Bay Damage in the event? I totally get what you're saying, and you're right, they probably will come out a little bit like that. But
you're right, no, they do not want them in, because Tampa Bay Damage is one of those teams that can step up at any time and come back and beat you.
Absolutely, that's good, yeah, for sure, you're right. So they can't sleep on Damage, I think, is the overall point here.
Corey Bornstein getting shot out of that Dorito can. Body walking out for Impact now. Jason Edwards got shot by Zach Yakimek, so 4-on-4 right now. And Brian Smith is in this snake temple over here. There's Timmy Probst over there. There's Keith Brown right behind Brian Smith as Brian Smith comes across into snake 1. Brian Smith gonna get his gun up across the field. That is Zach Yakimek right there from Edmonton Impact, sitting in snake 3. He's gonna come out down the wire, take a look. Keith Brown right now still. He's gonna come over, try and control the wire, come back to the inside. Zach Yakimek. He's got Zane Yakimek and Josh Wamette. Josh Wamette over there on the Dorito side. Zane Yakimek in the snake side can.
You know, one thing I've noticed about these games coming towards, you got Zach Yakimet, fantasy points, 3,200 right now, 15 kills. I mean, just playing out of his mind this tournament.
Well, and look at this. He's just zoned up down that wire, locked in a gunfight. We got ourselves an awesome gunfight coming down here in the snake side of the field between Brian Smith, Zach Yakimet, the older of the Yakimet brothers.
He's come a long way, man.
Both the Yakimet brothers are legit, man. Those guys are amazing paintball players and a real big core here of Edmonton Impact, the reason this team exists.
And their father owner, Bart Yakimet. I mean, he's a great coach, great mentor across the board. He's been around the paintball scene for a long time. So, I mean, he's another Alex Martinez. I mean, all those guys along the board are all the same. You know, they're here for the sport, and they put a lot of effort and everything into the sport itself. So, hats off to those guys. But Edmonton Impact right now, like you said, I've noticed a lot. These first points on these pro games today have been really slow.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Damage right now still with 4 bodies. That's Brian Smith on your screen right there. He made a move around Snake 1 on the inside and dove into Snake 2. And he's going to get set up for Zach Yakimet, who's going to try and stand up. Keith Brown right there on your screen now, going to step out a little bit wide. Justin Cornell got shot out of that Snake corner. He's the last body to go down. With Tampa Bay Damage right now, they do not want to give up these high body situations. Timmy Probst. He's got Rainey Stanzak helping him out over there on the Dorito side. There's the overhead view, Edmonton Impact side. That's Zane Yakimek on the bottom, Joshua Met. There's Rainey Stanzak over in the Dorito corner.
Hey, guys, we saw the longest point of the tournament in the last one. Now we're seeing potentially the second longest point of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, well, like we talked about, the first point of these games, look at the D-side camera. We got Rainey Stanzek. We were just talking about him, Todd. One of their standout players, amazing paintball player.
Yeah, Rainey Stanzak, I call him the contortionist.
Yeah.
He's so skinny. He can get so small. He's tall. And he can get really small really quickly. Fits in any bunker, any carry-on luggage you might take on an airplane.
They don't have to buy him a plane ticket. They just throw him in the luggage.
So Keith Brown right there watching the highway move.
You know, about this time, they're running out of paint. As you can see, Keith Brown's flaps and backs right there. No pods, a lot of pods on his feet. He's like, man, this is no fun.
And there's Yakimek, Zane Yakimek standing up. 15:21 to go, so we're coming up on a 5-minute long point here. 4 players left alive for Damage, 3 for Impact.
Oh, thinking about it. He thought about it.
And there goes on the far side of the field. Oh, and Keith Brown taking one across the field as well.
So that should speed things up a little bit here for Tampa Bay Damages. Oh, but yeah, Keith Brown though, so it's 3-on-2 now.
Yeah, Zane Yakimek dies out of the backfield as well, so now it is just Zach Yakimek.
Oh, in the head, Brian Smith.
Traded out, which is going to leave.
That should leave Timmy Probst over there.
I think Timmy Probst is
the
dead.
Flag, but they went ahead
and
and
they conceded the
horn.
point. I see.
Yeah, they still had Timmy and Rainey alive.
You know one thing I like about this field, and it's happened time and time again. It's like, yeah, we're playing paintball, we're here, and all of a sudden everything just falls apart everywhere. This guy gets shot, that guy gets shot. It's like a domino effect. And like I said with Bill Bonacci early in the snake, he's like, once whoever loses that shot is going to lose that point, and that's exactly what happened. Back and forth, and that's exactly what happened right there. You know, Zane got shot, and it was just back and forth paintball.
Yeah, some good play right there by Tampa Bay Damage. And, yeah, that's pretty much exactly what Chad Boucher was talking about. You know, just play damage paintball. Get out to our spots alive, play heads-up fundamental paintball, and communicate. You know, I think they did a good job there talking. I think Brian Smith really helps them out in that category because he's so calm. You know, he just seems so nonchalant while he's playing. You know, he's always just so solid of a player and really contributes to their communication. You know, if you look at the bracket right there, in this, there's Edmonton Impact, 3-0 right now with a +15 margin. X Factor sitting at 2-2. Infamous sitting at 2-2. X Factor has a better point margin. Tampa Bay Damage, we'll see, you know, if they're able to go 2-2 here. the best that they could do is to win 7-0, which would still give them a -1 point margin. So if it were to become a three-way tie, X Factor would go on. So right now, Los Angeles Infamous really needing Edmonton Impact to win out here. Again, you know, it's really not going to matter what the point differential is going to be, because if it were to be a three-way tie, I think mathematically there's no way that Damage could get a better point differential.
And there goes one player, Justin Rabakoff, taking the walk, but look in the center field. Here comes a flag on Tampa Bay Damage. It's a minor penalty, as you've seen thrown right there.
And that is definitely not going to help Damage's case. Chad Bougere getting a major penalty going up the middle of the field. Dan Holliday looks like he's feasting a little bit on the Dorito side for Damage, though, but he shoots one and then gets shot. So Dave Baines powering down on El Youssef right there in Snake 1. You know, lost one body, and then Dan Holliday got shot. Rainey Stanzak got pulled, that one body. And now just Jason Edwards over here with Rumsey El Youssef.
Yeah, Tim Montresor.
Tim Montresor right there on your screen. He and Dave Baines in those two cans. Here's Jason Edwards now with El Youssef doing all they can to try and push up the Snake side of the field before Impact realizes that the Dorito side of the field is wide open. El Youssef.
Yeah, El Youssef in this pretty good spot here and trying to fight, make sure that they get Chad Bougere, the big killer, out of the box. 5 seconds to go before they get him back here. Damage up a point against Edmonton Impact, 3-on-3. And here comes Chad Bougere, he makes it out clean.
Oh, and I think El Youssef just got a shot in on Dave Baines.
And here comes Tampa Bay Damage. Oh, and there goes the last player on Impact.
That is Greg Sewers in the corner, and big game right there by El Youssef and Jason Edwards. El Youssef able to come in and shoot Dave Baines out of that Dorito side can, then come on the inside and shoot Tim Montresor. So huge game right there. Tampa Bay Damage avoiding that major penalty. We'll be right back after this.
The 2013 season of the CXBL has officially come to a close. Thanks to all the players and sponsors for once again making the CXBL one of North America's greatest leagues. Stay tuned to buypbl.com on Facebook. The 2014 season is just around the corner.
PaintballDojo.com. Support your favorite pro teams. Get your name printed on pro team gear. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players. Full color and completely custom options. You can build a custom design straight from our website. Gear available for both men and women. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players.
Welcome back here. So can Impact fight back and put 2 points on the board to tie it up? 13:03 to go. Tampa Bay Damage trying to scrap down for this win here. Not playing very well heading into this game, as they just lost to Aftershock earlier on this afternoon, and they are 1-2 right now. You're looking at Damage. I'm sorry, you're looking at Impact on your screen. Impact trying to keep 5 alive, but they lose 2.
Yeah, they lose the Yakimek brothers on the break. Both coming off, going to the cans, and Justin Cornell again taking an early exit. He comes walking off. Brian Smith getting shot, coming out to the snake side corner for Damage. Rainey Stanzak in there asking for a check right now in that Dorito side can. He's clean. Jason Edwards still alive on the snake side temple. Timmy Probst over there in Dorito 1 for Tampa Bay Damage. And from the snake side corner, here comes Keith Brown bolting all the way down the snake. and getting into Impact side of the field, blows Corey Bornstein's back apart. And Jason Edwards now coming through the middle of the field.
And wow, Damage has come out with a renewed vigor in their lineup and looking awesome. Edmonton Impact starting to get eaten up here. Keith Brown got himself at least a 2-pack on that one. Solid work by Keith Brown, as well as Timmy Probst, Jason Edwards, and Rainey Stanzik. And all of a sudden, Tampa Bay Damage going up 3-0 against Edmonton Impact with 12 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Wow, holy Tampa Bay Damage. All of a sudden, they got a fire underneath them.
Holy Tampa Bay Damage.
You know, I'm actually happy to see this out of these guys. Actually, they're playing Tampa Bay Damage ball right now. They're getting in their spots, shooting good lanes in the break, getting a G or two in the break, and then capitalizing on it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to see the other squad coming out here right now for Edmonton Impact with Montresor, Rabikoff, Moorhead, Baines. And we'll see who the 5th is coming back out for Tampa Bay Damage. We're going to have Chad Bougere again with Daniel Holiday, Brian Smith, Timmy Probst. I'm sorry, Ramsey El Youssef and Timmy Probst. And I'm just going to guess Jason Edwards. Oh, there's Jason Edwards coming on the field right now. Jason Edwards, man, when you need big games, Tampa Bay Damage looks to Jason Edwards to lead the charge every time. Man gets it done out there.
Yeah, Jason Edwards. He was our 2012 PBA People's Choice Award. And we are here, Fantasy of Flight. Sure you upgrade to HD for tomorrow's competition. Checking out all the divisional finals as well as the pro semifinals, champions, and challenger semifinals. And see who's going to take the World Cup title. As you see, a little look into our stats tower over there.
Oh, look at those happy stat guys together. They're so cute.
Also, I hope you picked your fantasy team. Go to paintballaccess.com for updates on your fantasy team. And here we go. Breakout for Tampa Bay Damage. And it looks like
Ryan Moorhead getting shot on the break.
Just getting destroyed off the break, man. And Tampa Bay Damage finally looking solid, even though it took them 3 games to do it. And so now Chad Bougere heading up in the center. And Impact Impact cannot stay alive against the guns of Tampa Bay Damage right now.
And you know his name we haven't really been calling? Justin Rabikoff. Justin Rabikoff over here on the snake side with Dave Baines for Impact. Just unable to get it going over here this game. Normally we see him all over that snake, just dominating, but you know, this is a tough field to get into that snake, and Tampa Bay Damage right now figuring out the lanes that they need to shoot on the break. Peeling a couple bodies off that Dorito side early, and now Damage has quickly jumped out to a 4-0 lead. It's plane number 21 soars over our head. Off into the Extreme Pros Paintball Access sky.
And we're going to be right back after this. Tampa Bay Damage completely controlling Edmonton Impact right now, looking for a win.
A&S Gear is having their World Cup Super Sale. We've got A&S pods for half off. A&S gas tanks starting as low as $99.95. We've got swabs so cheap that you can throw them away. You can get Nelson paint arriving at your door, $31.95. Jerseys, we've got them starting at $4.95. And pants starting at $29.95. Now at ansgear.com, and don't miss out on the biggest paintball sale ever.
Welcome back here. Sun starting to descend in the sky. I'd like to send a big shout out to the PSP Platinum sponsor for 2013 Empire Paintball, Dye Precision, GI Sports Paintball, Planet Eclipse, DLX Technologies, and the HK Army, helping the PSP bring the best paintball events in the entire world to you guys out there, the players. And it looks like a timeout has been called.
What a beautiful day.
Yeah, well, some thunderstorms on the horizon there. You can see the rain starting to fall off into the distance.
Oh, I thought you were talking about damage. Thunderstorm. Nah, forget it. I thought it was funny. Sorry,
I was
Maddie.
like, wait a second.
I don't
There's
get
no
it.
weather connotation with damage. Okay.
Oh, I thought I'm not a stand-up comedian, obviously. Don't quit your day job, Chris.
Well, hey, so the story right now, we got to break this to you guys, is as it's 10 minutes left here, 11 minutes left in this game, Damage 4-0 up over Edmonton Impact. And the story is if Damage wins, which it's looking like if things keep going the way that they're going, then that's going to happen. That means X Factor will be advancing to play in the top 4. However, if Impact can finally get it together here and win this game, then Infamous is going to be the one that goes on. So that is the story here, as how it's going to break down in this bracket.
What's Infamous thinking right now?
Shouldn't have lost that game to Damage. That's
Man.
probably what they're thinking.
Yeah. They're like, are you kidding me?
Well, they made the comeback and got to 7-6, but, you know, Damage won that one. So regardless, here we go. About a minute to go before the start of this next point. 4-0 is the score, and on the field for Tampa Bay Damage, Timmy Probst. 2 confirmed kills for him. Dan Holliday, he's got 1. Keith Brown stepping up for Damage this point. He has 5 confirmed kills, for this game. And then Chad Boucher, 2. Rainey Stanzik, 1. On the field for Impact, Joshua Met, Corey Bornstein, Zach Yakmak, Zane Yakmak, and Justin Cornell.
There's Rainey Stanzak on your screen right there with Timmy Probst and Keith Brown and Daniel Holliday. Chad Boucher coming over here to the snake side on your screen right there. Edmonton Impact, Zach Yakimak, number 10. Corey Bornstein, Joshua Metz, Zane Yakimak, number 77. And Justin Cornell. Justin Cornell has been playing awesome all weekend, struggling a little bit right now. Impact not really getting anything going on either side of the field. Both sides have been completely wiped out at the beginning of several points. Here goes Justin right now trying to get into a spot alive and catches one in the side of the face. Rainey Stanzak immediately attacks the middle of the field. This is how you want to play this field. Get your shots on the break, shoot good lanes, and then get somebody up to that A immediately. If you can get a kill, go up, get to that side, start rapid looking for kills, play the outside, and here comes Damage down the real side of the field. Keith Brown and Chad Boucher. Over here on the snake side.
Damage looking real strong right now. They have that 4-point lead, and with 10 minutes and 21 seconds, it's going to be incredibly tough for Joshua Met and Zach Yakmek to shoot 5 guys out to put a point on the board. So Impact kind of dropping the ball in this game, and Infamous is just sitting on the sidelines, probably stewing, looking at potentially the end of their year here.
I can't see them run this point out. They got to concede the point at least to save some time, like you said. You know, and God, Infamous, like you said, just probably watching this game. Actually, I can see Nicky Cuba standing across the field from up here. Actually, you can see Nicky Cuba at the top of your screen, taking his shirt off, putting his hat on. You know, the one thing I do like about these teams, I have nothing but the most respect for, is that when they lose, that like just recently, these teams are like, yeah, man, we lost. We got our butt kicked. It is what it is. You know, they're pretty realistic about it. They don't make excuses. They're like, we'll come back and get them next time.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's one thing that's honestly, it was unusual years ago. But these teams are a lot more competitive. Oh, and there goes another one for Impact. Actually, that's going to do it for Impact in that point. But these teams are super competitive. They have a lot of heart. So just to say that, those words alone, yeah, they beat us. That takes a lot of integrity and a lot of heart to say that.
Well, Tampa Bay Damage looking phenomenal here finally in this tournament, playing against Edmonton Impact, who's looked the best so far, but that's how crazy the pro division is in professional paintball. We'll be right back after this. 9:21 still on the clock. Sun starting to set here, Polk City, Florida, at the Fantasy of Flight. We're watching the last game of the prelims as Tampa Bay Damage is demolishing Edmonton Impact, and not the message that Edmonton Impact wanted to send to the rest of the league. They're in, though. They are definitely in, so, but still, chink in their armor here for sure. Because the rest of the, whoever's going to play him tomorrow is going to be able to go and dissect this game and see what exactly it was that Damage was able to do to start shutting these guys down. And the story is shoot him off the break. Justin Rabakoff cannot live off the break. And also, Dave Baines walks off, and the bodies are just dropping all over the place. I think that Impact's pretty much given up on this one.
Yeah, they conceded that point so quick, I think that they actually didn't even leave the box. Wow, look at the pits right now. That's Drew Templeton.
That's Nicky Cuba and Drew Templeton right there on your screen.
Watching their season dissolve as we speak, unfortunately for them.
And Nicky Cuba, he has so much heart, man. He's one of those premier players that just, I mean, he's out here, he's watching though. You know what I mean? He's out here watching, what I do wrong, what can I do better?
Well, and their fate, lies in the hands of this game. If Impact had won, then they'd advance, and instead it looks like Damage is going to take this one. They're 1 point away from taking this victory. It looks like X Factor will be moving on. Obviously, there's still the relegation games that are going to have to be played, so I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, there's 9 minutes left. It's only 6-0.
Yeah, but you know what? Infamous is probably also thinking, this is the second time we've gone 2-2 this year and missed it because of a head-to-head or a point differential matchup. So that's how tight it is up here. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game right after this.
Back on the field here for what could potentially be the last point of the prelims. You're looking at Edmonton Impact getting ready to roll. Corey Bornstein. Wow, that is one hell of a beard on Corey Bornstein, man.
It is, man. I gotta say, I got envy. I got beard envy. On the breakout, you have Tampa Bay Damage getting in this out here. That's Ramiz El Youssef losing one on the top of your screen, though. That's number 23. Daniel Holiday taking the walk. 4 on 5. In the snake, all the way down the snake, though. That's Justin Cornell.
So let's see if Impact can finally get on the board. Tampa Bay Damage, Dan Holiday and Brian Smith coming off early. Timmy, Rainey Stanzik and Jason Edwards are left alive to try to put the last point on the board. I don't think they're going to be able to do it. Here come the Sharks for Edmonton Impact as they are going to take out Rainey Stanzik, the last player left alive for Tampa Bay Damage, and get on the board here. So
nice point right there by that's the Impact we actually saw earlier playing this game. I mean, they came out strong, got a couple of G's in the break, capitalized on that, and moved down the snake.
And these were all earned, right? The only penalty that we saw this match was actually on Tampa Bay Damage. Tampa Bay Damage got that major on Chad Bougere running up the middle of the field, and we're actually able to burn the full 2 minutes within that 1 point. So it's not like Impact got a bunch of penalties, which we've seen them lose big games this year on major penalties. Damage got that one penalty, burned the whole thing within that point, and was just able to come back and just beat the brakes off of Impact out here. And like you said, they're not going to be able to make it in because of the point differential. But, X Factor got to be extremely happy right now. And giving their thanks to Tampa Bay Damage.
Well, and they put themselves in a similar situation again where they had won that last game. The fate was in their hands. Now they're sitting there biting their nails on the sidelines going, please, dear God, let Tampa Bay Damage pull this match out because that'll put them in. And that's what they keep having to do that. And you don't want that to happen. We've all been in that position before.
We've all been in that position before. And, it's heartbreaking. It's like a bad heartburn you just can't get rid of. And I feel for the boys because Infamous is like I bleed yellow from back in the day, and I love the guys to death. It's very unfortunate, but like you said, you put your fate in your own hands. It is what happens. And right now, Impact's getting beat up by Damage, which I would never have seen coming.
Not the way that these teams had played so far at this event, but hey, that's just goes to show you how mental paintball is. All of a sudden, Damage was like, hey, we're not going to embarrass ourselves again. We're going to go out and play the Tampa Bay Damage ball that brought us the victory at the West Coast Open just 2 months ago. And then all of a sudden, they decimate the team that looked the best before that. So it really just goes to show you how mental this game is. Justin Rabakoff, big move for Impact all the way to Snake 2. And again, Damage now having a hard time losing or staying alive off the break.
You know, Impact losing one player, though, on the break right now. Zachary Yakimick taking the walk. Here's Justin Rabakoff on your screen. Keith Brown trying to contain him a little bit, knowing what he is capable of. Brian Smith and Chad Bouchier both getting shot.
Timmy Probst getting shot right there.
And so does Jason Edwards. Here comes Tampa. Here comes Edmonton Impact again for another point. That was like dominoes. I said before, 6-2. See, like I said before, it's only 6-0.
So Dave kind of lollygagging a little bit out there, and then finally going to run the flag in. And Justin's like, "Hey, I'm going to need you to run this flag in because
there is just a possibility
up there catching some heaters potentially. So don't want to blow our opportunity to potentially come back here."
Well, how many dirty hangs have we seen this weekend between being hot and between dirty hangs themselves? You know, you want to be sure about yourself. And getting up in the front, it's a 50-50 with me, first of all.
Well, more than normal. We've seen more dirty hangs than we normally see.
Yeah, and you know it's cost teams critical points that could have won them the game. So I mean, I like his tenacity and just saying, yeah, you know, I was out there doing work and everything. Dave, I know you're in the back not doing anything, so can you come up here and grab this for me?
Yeah.
With all due respect, of course, to Big Dave Baines. We all know he's shooting people. So I mean, he's playing out of his mind right now, and you know, it's just unfortunate the score doesn't actually reflect that.
Well, how crazy would it be? Let's say, I mean, just a what if with 7 minutes and 26 seconds to go. How crazy would it be if Impact came back and won this game?
I would dig it.
I
would totally dig it.
Can you imagine the celebration that would be going down on the sidelines from Infamous?
I would go crazy. Infamous, we'd all go crazy, I think, because we want to see stuff like that. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, I love watching. I don't like watching blowouts. I want to watch close paintball games, and there's been a blowout up till this point. But Edmonton Impact putting a couple points on the board here. Now they're pulled within 4. So with 7 minutes and 26 seconds, they're telling me that Impact can't score. With the way they've been playing this weekend, they can't score 4 points in 7 minutes and 7.5 minutes. They definitely can.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think Damage may have started celebrating too early here? Do you think Damage thought they had it under control? Or do you think Impact just refused to give up?
I think they refused to give up.
Yeah, I'd have to go with that. I think Damage is definitely trying to, because they're trying to redeem themselves. This is a redemption game for them, and they may have pumped the brakes slightly, but I don't know. I'm going to have to give it to Impact. I think Impact finally sucked it up a little bit.
The one thing they have to do or not do is get a penalty. Tampa Bay Damage, if they get a major or something like that, that could be detrimental to the outcome of this game. Losing one player on the break right now.
Ooh, Rainey Stanzak might be getting a major right now.
And there's a penalty.
He gets a minor.
So Rainey Stanzak getting a minor penalty on that play. Here comes Impact with another unanswered point almost. One player left alive. I believe that's Ramzi Al-Youssef going to the corner.
And there's Justin Cornell. Justin Cornell on the screen. Oh, and see, there goes Tampa Bay Damage.
What I just say, I was like, one thing they cannot do is get penalties.
Hey, we got ourselves a 3-point game with a little under 7 to go. Just saying.
I'm just
saying.
Just saying.
Just throwing it out there.
Justin Cornell, you can only keep the little man down for so long. He'll come back and bite you.
They got 2 quick G's in the break. You know, obviously they got one person got a penalty, and you know that turns into 3 all of a sudden, and you're down to 2 players. I mean, it was 6-0. I'm just saying, you know, I mean.
No, I was just saying.
Oh well, I
heard what y'all was saying.
Okay. But you know, like I said, crazier things have happened. So
let's just play it out real quick. Only 3 points need to be scored here to tie this up. There is 6 minutes and 47 seconds remaining.
Tons of time.
Tons of time. And with the way that Damage has been getting shot off the break, Impact finally finding those off the break shots, it could potentially happen. But the problem is, just going to take one more for damage. So Impact's going to have to keep it up, keep it rolling, keep it rolling. We'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of excited.
I'm excited right now. I mean,
they might have a comeback. I mean, we have seen comebacks so far. We saw Infamous have a couple comebacks, which is one of the reasons they're even being able to sit on the sidelines hoping to God that they get in.
Well, yeah, one of Infamous comebacks was against Damage when they scored those
5 points straight?
4 points in a row. It was 5-2, then they went up 6-5. Damage tied it at 6-6, and then Damage won in overtime. So, you know, and both of these teams are, you know, good finishing teams with good clutch players. But, man, I tell you what, Damage, they haven't been playing awesome up until those first 6 points of this match. But kind of letting Impact creep back into this game right now, almost 7 full minutes. There's Damage on your screen right there. Jason Edwards looked like he's getting ready to run right up the middle, shooting towards the snake side. And they
so here we go.
Ooh, Justin Rabikoff up and across directly into Snake 2.
He made it. Justin Rabikoff made it in. So can they continue to get the kills? Can Impact continue to get the kills that they need to put points on the board in the time remaining? 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Both teams at full strength. Tampa Bay Damage and Edmonton Impact both have a player in the Snake. A little bit different field position for him up there, though. You're looking at.
Ooh, Damage the first one to lose a body. I think that's Keith Brown coming out of the Snake corner. He gets shot in the loader. So huge kill right there for Impact. Timmy Probst coming out of the Dorito can on into Dorito 1. Bumping up next to his buddy Daniel Holiday over there in the Dorito Temple. Those two are just going to work the outside.
So tense moments right here as Impact's going to have to push up the field, and they didn't get as many kills off the break as they've been getting in past points that have allowed them to put the 3 points on the board that they have.
Yeah, but what Damage can do here with this field position is really kill a lot of the clock. So if Impact really does want to try and make this a game, they're going to need to get up the field and get some kills pretty quick over here. Damage really locking off that Dorito side of the field. Every single player is looking at the Dorito side of the field right now for Damage. There goes Daniel Holiday into the 50 Dorito, but that allows Justin Rabikoff to sneak into Snake 3. There's Ninos on your screen right there from X Factor. And Jason Edwards gets shot. He comes walking off. So does Dave Baines, though, and I believe Greg Sewers on the opposite side of the field. There's X Factor intently watching.
They're going to be celebrating, man. As soon as this last point gets scored, there's Ninos, who was like, please, dear God, put this next point on the board. Come on. Tense moments for everybody.
We've all been there, man. I've been that guy.
We've all been there.
I can't watch that. It drives me crazy.
That's Justin Rabikoff right there in Snake 3 for Edmonton Impact. Man, you know, Coach
Tim Montress
right
another
there.
one. That's another one coming off.
You know, Coach Paul Richards, formerly of Damage, now with X Factor, just hoping that his former team can do him a solid, help X Factor get in here. There's Zach Yakimek, and Zach Yakimek gets goggled.
One, so it's just Justin Rabikoff left alive in here, and then he gets taken out as well. Look at Dimitri Ninos giving a silent sigh of relief. You can see him kind of look up and go, yes.
Wait for the dreaded chrono, though. I've seen worse things happen.
There's Colt Roberts right there with the rookie Dimitri and the coach for him, Ryan Brand. There's the owner, Alex Martinez from X Factor. Incredibly ecstatic, man, that they made it in, knowing they're Dixon Yang, knowing what they have in front of them tomorrow, which is going to be a crazy battle.
Brian Smith, solid getting him back for Damage, but not enough to get them to Sunday in the top 4.
But I don't think they're going to have to play a relegation game, which would have been crazy. Let's see, here it comes. Let's see if it comes down to the chrono.
There it is. That's going to
do
do
it.
it.
Good.
Nail, coffin.
Hammered home.
Hammered home.
Done for. Tampa Bay Damage. Write it down. 7-3. Beaten Edmonton Impact. Gonna have to say we didn't see that one coming because Edmonton Impact had been so phenomenal up until this point. So Wow, what an amazing day of paintball that we've seen so far. And it's tough to even say who's going to be the favorite. You know, Heat and Ironman moving on, and X Factor and Impact moving on. Out of those 4 teams, who do you guys think is going to take this victory?
Impact. I'm sorry, what?
Okay, Chris, we know we think that Impact's going to win.
Actually, you know what?
You call it every single event.
Actually, right now, Heat's
going to stomp X Factor tomorrow.
If Heat played like they played the last few games, they're gonna stomp everybody into the ground. If Impact played like they played, they're gonna be one of those people under that foot.
Hey, if Heat plays San Antonio X Factor, they should play for.
Yeah, it's gonna be Heat versus X Factor.
They should play
for the semis.
They should play for the come and get it flag. They should play it. They're both they got the Texas names on their monikers. They should play for the come and get it flag.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Well, Heat and X Factor play each other. Impact and Ironman going to be playing each other. Looks like we have an interview down there with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines. Lauren.
Kevin Brettauer and Dan Holliday, guys, great job winning that 7-3. They were trying to come back, but you held it down. Kevin, it has been a harder weekend for you guys here at World Cup. What do you feel like you guys were struggling with earlier?
Just individual play. We played terrible this whole tournament. Like, this is the first game I think we played okay. And, yeah, that's about it. It's just we played terrible as a team.
All right. Well, Dan, you guys did win that one. You did try hard. So how are you guys feeling personally about everything this weekend?
Honestly, it's just it's horrible. So we know what the realistic situation is that, we're not playing well. Not well enough to win the World Cup, obviously. And, thankfully we got to, win the last game, but against a good team. But it is what it is.
All right. Well, they played hard. Damage beat Impact. The first team to beat Impact. That is something to take away. 7-3, and that is a wrap on the champion field.
So yeah, Damage is definitely going to be a little disappointed here with their performance. Of course, Damage wanted to come in and win another World Cup. They haven't, well, to say that one since 2011, but hey, at least they got one under their belt. Not a lot of people can say that.
Spoiler: Chicago Aftershock beating Damage is what sent Damage home right there.
And that's why you can't go to sleep on anybody in the
Man,
Champions Division.
hats off to Chicago Aftershock, though. Hats off to those guys.
Yeah, Shock's getting better and better. Upton 187 crew's getting better and better. The league itself is just growing, so that's a good thing.